Good morning everyone, it's Monday morning now. It's the 31st, is it? 31st? Monday the 31st of March, I think. I'm not good on dates this year, I'm literally everywhere. But anyway, I'm in the job this morning. It's a little bathroom, so I'm just going to shut this window, the sun's beaming through onto my bald head. It's a little bathroom for a bloke I've never done any work for before. He got in contact with me through the internet. And he just wants a reliable plasterer for his little projects he's doing. I think he's a plumbing and heating engineer, but he's turned into sort of doing a little bit of refurb work. So anyway, I've got to do a little bathroom for him. All the instructions were good. I've just had a chat with him, and yeah, all seems good. So let's turn you around and show you what we've got. So tiny sort of bathroom, sort of typical size bathroom in a little house. So ceiling to be done, bit of making good in the walls around here, but I think everything from 1100 down is going to be tiled. So I've just got to make them good really, just bond them out really, which is all good. And so everything up here is going to be painted already, so it's not so bad. So it's just a bit of sort of making in with the walls. I think that's got to be fully skimmed, and I think this wall, I'll probably just fully skim this wall. So not a massive amount, a bit fiddly, more preparation than anything. So I shall get on with that. I shall scrape off, it's probably a bit of old tile adhesive knocking about, so I'll scrape all that back just to get it down as far as I can. Get the ceiling PVA'd or SBR'd, whatever's going on, and yes, then I will start making these walls good. And I'll try and show you as I go. It's a very small bathroom to film. I don't know if I can show you too much, but I'm sure I'll film something and have plenty of waffle with you. Anyway, let's get cracking. So, for the purposes of speed today, because this is just an in and out job, I've just booked it in for a little day, so I'm going to get done. So for the purposes of speed, it's going to be an SBR job really, just to chuck all over there. Like I say, anything from 1100, which is that line there, anything from 1100 down is either going to be boxed or tiled. I think that is tiled up to there again, so no need to do too much down there, just fill it in. So I'm just going to chuck SBR everywhere because I want it to dry fairly quick so I can get on it. So yes, let's chuck a load of that on. Messy old stuff, but it does do the job. Okay, so all SBR'd, it's all on the walls where it needs to be. With these jobs, I'm not such a fan of when it's just do that bit because that bit's being tiled, that bit's being painted. I'd rather just give a price and do the whole room so everything's a fresh box again, and then you're not having to try and blend into stuff or you know, trying to make stuff up. So I know it saves people time and money, but as a plasterer for myself, for a room this size, I'd rather just price it to do the whole thing. But anyway, so all SBR, there's a nice cup of tea brewing there. While the SBR dries off, that's a treat. But, you know, you never make a cup of tea before the PVA's gone on. That's the golden rule for me anyway. So we're at that stage now. Had a good sweep up. Can't have all that stuff under my feet when I'm plastering, so always a good sweep up first. A cup of tea, and you can chill out a bit, get your stuff up like this. Get everything ready for a mix. And by the time you've had a cup of tea and had a mixie on the go, your SBR or PVA, whatever we're talking about, it seems to be the debate of the day on YouTube, SBR or PVA. I might even chuck a bit of USB in just to confuse everyone. But yeah, so that's that now. So I'm gonna have a cup of tea and then get all this bonded out, get all this bonded and flattened in, all up there. Although looking at that, I think the good old electrician has left his earth cable proud. So I may well just get rid of that. I'm gonna put a straight edge across it and see if it does sit underneath it, but just looking at it, I don't think it does. Might even have some, you know, like the horseshoe nails, I might have some of them in the van. I'll just pin it in with that and clips come out a bit far. I've just got to tidy up around these, so I'm not gonna start putting beads on. So all I'm gonna do is blend these back into the reveal. So I always keep a tin of this stuff on, expanding foam of any sort. Doesn't matter if it's the plasterboard adhesive or the expanding foam. It's just great for things like that, because you know you're not going to really get any bonding to sit in there. It's just going to want to fall through. So quick skirt of that in, half hour before you're going to get on it, and job's a good one. That's it, nice and easy. Don't try and stress getting bonding to sit in here and it keep falling out and then not drying. Just have a little can of that on for 6 or 7 quid, whatever they are. They are a godsend. So up the top, I've just taken the clips out and I've just got a couple of these horseshoe nails just to get this back, because it was just proud a bit up here. So I've no idea if that is regulations with a thing, but it's only an earth wire. I don't think I would do that if it was alive, to be honest. 10:15 and that's all bonded out. Maybe where it needs to be. Just went across them patches in there, just to level them out a bit. All bonded down there, bonded in there. So yeah, I'm just going to let that go off a bit, jump on the mix. So in usual tradition, it's time for tea. Now back in the days when I were a lad and I was learning to plaster, when I was a young boy, right, we didn't have these bucket trowels. They wasn't about, I'm pretty sure of that. I'm talking about sort of 87, 88. I don't ever remember anything like this. You had trowels like, obviously a bricklayer would have a trowel, or you had a gauging trowel, and they were really the only sort of hand trowels I think you could get. And obviously back then, plastering wasn't really ever done out of buckets, it was all done on spot board, so you didn't have a real need for a bucket trowel, because when you emptied your bucket, you'd clean the inside of your bucket out with a gauger. But now we're working out of buckets, it's all bucket trowels. But when we did work out of buckets back then, we just got the plaster out like this, with the trowel, and you loaded that onto your hook. And I still do that a lot now. Dip your trowel in, cut that on your hook. Right, that's all done now. It's about 3 o'clock, fiddly little job really. So yeah, that's all done, ceiling's on. I wasn't down for all that, but save patching in, I just thought I'd do all that, just chuck that on. Up there, in there, all that up there, just blended it across. Took that across there, blended it up to there. I wasn't down for these reveals, it was just a couple of cracks, I just wanted repairing, but again, I've just chucked them all on, just feathered them in. I chucked the seal on as well. I wasn't asked to do that because I would have presumed it's going to be tiled or a windowsill, but again, while you're doing it, it's easy just to chuck it on really. Make it all look okay. That's just had a quick bit of bonding on it because that's a full tile, that wall. Let's bring it back a bit. Yeah, that's a full tile, that wall. And then I just blended this bit out where our tiles are going to come to there and then paint from there. So yeah, all done for the day. Tomorrow I am back at that media wall, you know, like with a brick built thing. I don't know if you saw it in another video. If you go back and look at, I think the previous video to this one, you'll see it's like a media wall, but it's built out of lintels and bricks, and none of them are the same size, so it's been a right pain. But I'm back there tomorrow anyway, so I'll catch up with you then. Take care all.